All right. YouTube claims that I'm alive. So, if you're seeing this, hello, and welcome to a live stream. I love live streams. They're fun. We get to chat, we get to hang out, and I get to tell you about cool stuff, like our challenge that we're doing. So, I'm going to go into my quick little thing before people come and actually start chatting live. But if you are seeing this and this live stream has ended, hello, welcome. You have 2 weeks to participate in nation. There's a template file you can kind of see in the background for you to download and get started. So there's a prompt, a creative prompt to kind of narrow your choices down. That can be a big, thing to keep you from getting started. And there's rigs and files to download. Lots of prizes to win. We'll talk about all that stuff. You got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to make something. 5 to 10, 15 seconds max. Pretty easy. Lots of cool judges. Lots of cool prizes. A Discord community for support. And some wonderful sponsors who have helped make the prize pool possible. And things like that. So all the links to that down below. But for now, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Let's get right into it. What questions do you have for me? What things can we chat about? I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. Let's have a good time. S5 Gaming. Hi, sir. Can you help how to polish my character animation? Polish is the most fun part, usually, of animation, right? It's like the end. You've done all the hard stuff in the sense that everything's now working, and the animation should look fairly good, and now you just get to add the bells and whistles, the flair, the little details that only the other animators are going to notice. I actually have a great video on the channel. It's an older video, but it's an interview with a Disney animator who shares his polish process. If you haven't seen that, you should watch it, because it goes into all kinds of different things that you can do to really add that extra 10%, But yeah, if you have any specific questions, happy to answer those too. I really want to participate, but I'm drowned in schoolwork. It's a bummer. Well, if you can find some extra time here or there, it doesn't have to be a long animation. This has to be a fun animation. Is it possible if I extract the model out, rig it with Mixamo, and animate it in Cinema 4D? I've never worked on Maya. Well, now's the perfect time to start with Maya. Autodesk sponsored the challenge, and they created the rig, and so that's the reason why it's a Maya file. But since most character animation historically has been done in Maya, it's kind of the natural place to find the file. And I'd recommend that everybody who's like, can I put it in this other tool? You can do all kinds of stuff, but I'd recommend trying Maya. You can grab the free Maya Indie, or you can grab the free trial of Maya, or you can grab Maya Indie if you think you're going to want it long, for a month or something. But there's a lot you can do with Maya, and it's a fun thing to try. If you get hired somewhere, it's most likely that they're going to be using it towards Maya animators, so it's not a bad thing to learn. I'd recommend it. Alexander. Hey, sir, saw you at Lightbox over the weekend at Mike's panel. Hope you had fun the rest of the expo. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Lightbox was a blast. I really like Lightbox. It's a, frozen right now. Am I frozen? Does anyone tell me if I'm frozen right now? If, connection's failing. My internet at this office has been so unstable for the last month or two. It is so frustrating. Interesting. You were frozen, but refreshing fixed it for me. I think it's me. I don't think it's you. It's not you, it's me. I'm fairly certain that if you have a connection issue, if I start to freeze, try refreshing, but it's probably just my internet. It's been very unstable lately. It's very annoying. I can't get anything done when I'm like, how you're in the flow, you're working on something, and then you click something and it just, if you have to wait, and it just kind of takes you out of that flow. That's been me constantly for the last month or two. I'm just working on my computer, I do stuff, I click something, and then my computer just hangs. And then the page 404s, and then refreshes, and then comes back. I'm just like, anyway. That might happen from time to time. The connection might get a little weird. It comes right back. Bear with me. Let me know when it happens. Super frustrating. Turn it into a drinking game. Every time my connection fails, take a shot. Don't do that. It will not be healthy, because my connection goes bad a lot lately. It was so stable for 2 years, and now it's getting weird. I don't know what's going on. Oh, what do you think about the Unity discussion about the prices? I think Unity fumbled the bag. I think Unity made some bad calls. Luckily, I haven't had to deal too much with it because I've been working with Unreal Engine. So, hey, not really something I have to worry about too much. At least in that context. Hey, I'm your selfie guy. Hey, yeah, I remember you. You're always here. What's up? I love how you're like the selfie guy. Self-proclaimed, always the selfie guy. Of course I remember you. It's been years now. I'll never forget. You're directing your first animation short film? That's exciting. Congratulations. I can't wait to see it. Let me know when it's out so I can take a look. You're doing an advanced rigging video. I'm not a rigger, so I wouldn't be great at doing an advanced rigging video, but I do have some plans for some rigging content. I'm going to try to learn some rigging soon, and I'll be making some videos about it. So I don't know if that's really going to answer your question, but it's something. I realize that I'm fed up of not knowing how to rig anything. So, I mean, I can rig basic props, but, you know. Quick pause just to make sure. Hey, who's participating in the challenge? We got the fall animation challenge. Anybody here doing it? Is my stream doing it again? Mic volume could be higher? I think my mic volume is objectively at the right level. It's at -6 decibels. Let's do die refresh. My connection is unstable, apparently. Crazy. Also, I saw Mariana's here. Hello. How's it going? How you been? Any chance you would consider going to the Blender conference? I'd love to go to the Blender conference. Happily. I think they're doing one in LA. I plan to be there. I'd like to go to the one in Amsterdam as well. We'll see. Man. This is a bummer if my stream is like dying. YouTube claims that the stream is healthy, but I think it's lying to me. Well, for anyone who is participating in the challenge, I have some of your prizes behind me, just in case you're curious. That's a 3090. There's a 3080 and a 3070 over there. These are physically yours. I could draw a happy face on it, and it'll arrive with a happy face on it when it comes to you, whoever wins them. There's also a tablet there. That one's not yours. That one's mine, but you'll be getting one just like it. And a bunch of other prizes. So if anybody wants to participate in the challenge, you know, win some stuff. You got 2 weeks. You've got 2 weeks, and you only have to you could make a 5-second thing. It can't be more than 15 seconds. It can't be more than 15 seconds. But it only has to be 5 seconds long. So, you know, make something. Go for it. Time-sensitive challenges are some of the most fun things to be a part of. As an animator, what could be added to improve an acting shot? Acting. A lot of people do. A lot of student work I see has a lot of just like gestures, just like motion and gestures, very generic stuff, and less of the like character, what's called specificity, which is, you know, if I were to, I don't know, here, if I were to open this box of pumpkin granola bars from Trader Joe's. If I were to open this box, there's many ways to open the box, right? I could just like go and open it. But if you think about it, like, who is your character? From an acting perspective, like, who is your character? And why are they opening this box? So how do they feel about this box? Have they tried this before? When's the last time they ate? What is the condition of this box? I don't know, these different things. Like, if I'm just a normal person who's just opening the box, I'm probably just gonna, you know, tear it open and open the box. But if your character is from the past and gets sent into the future where this box exists, they're gonna look at this and be like, where's the, it's in there. Like, they're gonna have to figure out and like, oh wait, it's in, oh, I gotta open the box. Is it fine? I'm not gonna hurt any, I'm not gonna break this thing. I've never, and then they probably just start tearing into it. Versus someone from the future and they'd be like, well, this is your, what is this? Where's your like synthesizer? You know what I mean? Like that's a very specific example, but like you could have like a fun time with them, like exploring how to open the box. I didn't even address actually opening the box, but like, anyway. With your acting shots, think of how your character specifically would interact with the objects around them, how they're going to gesture, how they're going to say the lines, things like that. The fun stuff. Oh, Chris is here. You're going to participate in the challenge? Yes. Excellent. Becoming a wifey, that's right. Congratulations again. I guess is the wedding soon? The wedding's soon, right? Who knows? Maybe we'll get to meet at a Blender conference someday. Definitely. I'd love that. I'm excited for... Wasn't the Blender conference this time last year, roughly? Like it would have just happened last year? I don't know if it is the Blender conference. I know there's supposed to be one in LA next year, but like when is the one in Amsterdam? But I did want to go. It's right, we met at Lightbox Expo last weekend. I still can't believe it happened. Thanks for stopping and talking to me. Of course. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for hanging out and, you know, being here. No, it was really cool seeing a bunch of people at Lightbox. Lightbox was a fun... Actually, you know what? I animated something. Do I have a way to show it to you? I don't think I do. I don't think I really have a way to show it to you. Unless it's in my drive here. Let me check. Let me check. No, I don't have it uploaded yet. Darn. Yeah, well, at Lightbox, I animated something in 2D. Not particularly anything good, but I tried. I animated it in Procreate Dreams, the 2D Procreate animation app that they came out with. Super cool. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to see if I can show this to you. I mean, this is going to be a little bit janky, but hey. Here, I was playing the new Spider-Man game. And so I did, let me see, angle this. All right, here we go. Oh man, I missed. Here you go. There it is. There's my animation. Wonderful, isn't it? I'm no 2D animator, but it was a lot of fun. I just sat there for an hour just like learning how to use it and drawing, so. Procreate Dreams is pretty sweet, and it's $20. Oh my god, November 4th. Getting married in 2 days. How exciting. Congratulations. I hope the day goes as smoothly as possible and that you actually get to eat at your reception. I think I got like 3 bites of my food and then like wedding stuff happened and I didn't actually get to eat. So hopefully hopefully there's a plan in place for you there. And if there's anything you want to like take home, set it aside. We had like these awesome little cupcakes at our wedding because we didn't do cake, we did cupcakes. We did like a cake for us and then we did cupcakes, but like I didn't get to try any of the cupcakes. They were like a strawberry lemonade flavored thing, like a local baker. I didn't get to try a single one. They all got either eaten or I don't know what happened to them, but anyway. Have fun on Saturday. That's so exciting. Hagen's here. Animation doesn't need to be... Oh yeah, did I miss a question? Animation doesn't need to be fully rendered, but polish will be accounted for in the final judging. Yes. So the animation challenge is all about animation. Presentation value counts for a lot, though. We love to see a well-presented piece of animation. So if you can add some lights, if you can add any effects, if you can make it, you know, have a little extra oomph, that's super fun. And you might end up winning an addition, like a separate prize just for that. Because you can absolutely just submit a play blast to our animation challenge. Let's go through this really quick. You can absolutely submit just a play blast to the animation challenge. And that'll count. That's totally fine. That's how it looks on most demo reels, things like that. But if you do want to add effects or lighting or cloth or any of that kind of stuff to the background or the foreground or whatever, it's not going to make or break the animation, but it's going to seem a lot more impressive and a lot more fun to watch, potentially, depending on what you do. And so play with it. Have fun. Learn something new. But hey, let me run through this really fast. And then I see a question. Exploring the hills. Don't spam. I see your question. I see it 3 times. I will answer it. Let me run through the challenge really quick. So, we are doing a challenge. And if you want to participate, there's a link down below. Oh, I think I have it open, actually. Let me hide our character for a second. Whee! The project file template looks like this. So the rules are very, very simple. You're going to keep your animation under 15 seconds because I want you to actually be able to finish it and polish it and be happy about it and not feel like it has to be insanely complex. But this is the overall path of motion. Something's going to come in from the left, stuff happens, exits forward and to the right. So this is your template. The timing you can change, the style you can change, but the overall idea is that this is the flow of motion. You don't need to worry about cameras if you don't want to. You don't need to worry about angles and camera cuts, all that kind of stuff. It's fairly simple. Animate something fun. And this is our character. I think, did I import the wrong one? I think I imported the wrong one. Let me see. Reference editor. Oh, import. I think I have it wrong on my computer when I was making them. Making the files. I think so. That's okay. I'll come back to that. But anyways, you can download the rigs. You can download the template. It's fairly straightforward. If you don't have Maya, you can grab a free trial. If you are going to want to keep Maya and jump in my workshop or something, you can grab Maya Indie. So Cinema 4D costs what most professional software costs, except for, of course, Unreal Engine and Blender, which are free. But of all the paid softwares, Maya Indie is about the same price as Houdini Indie, for example. But you can just grab the free trial. You don't, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. This rig is 2023 and up. So you should download Maya 2023 or 2024. But yeah, lots of prizes. We've got graphics cards from NVIDIA Studio. We've got Wacom 113 display tablets from Wacom for Education. We've got Jenga Effects suite licenses. Who made Embergen? We've got my workshop, real reviews, shot reviews, licenses to Animbot, which is awesome, which is pretty much essential for every Maya animator. And we've got some great hardware from Razer. These docks are like $300, by the way. I linked everything on this page so you can check it out. Oh, hold on a second. Balram. If I'm saying your name right, Balram? Balram? Could you please do a video, solve the problems facing the animated rig you gave us? When I've downloaded the files and moving the character, only the rig moves, not the geometry. Ah, I think you need to upgrade your Maya version. Yes, because you said you're in version 2020. Jump up to version 2023 or higher. The rig was made in a newer version of Maya. And so you're going to have some issues if you're on an old version. Comes out of Bunker. Wait, Procreate. Procreate has a 2D animation. Procreate did just... They're coming out with an app called Dreams. It comes out, I think, in 20 days. I think it's the 22nd or something. But it's available for pre-order on the App Store. So yeah, if you love Procreate on the iPad, there is an animation app now called Dreams. Challenge. 2 weeks. You've got 2 weeks for the challenge, which is more than enough time to make something. Try it out, you know, make something fun. And the rules are here. The rules are super, super easy. Animate in 24 FPS, 5 to 15 seconds. So, you know, it can be as little as 120 frames. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just keep it at regular 1080, and you'll just export a file that's just not too big. And you'll submit it. It'll loosely go with that same motion of like left to right, forward to the right. In some way include one of the 2 characters, which I'll show you the other character. And make sure that whatever you export is actually clean, that there's no like controls or like mesh weirdness that sometimes pops up in Play Blast. Make sure none of that's in there. And you get to submit 1 piece of animation through this form. And it'll be judged by some amazing talent, wonderful artists, Mike, Ilse, JD, Lunch. And if you need any help, the Discord's there for you. And then there's some FAQs if you want to check these things out. For example, are there Blender rigs for these characters? And then you can check these things out. And the challenge is sponsored by our wonderful partner, Autodesk, which we have at least one Autodesk person in the chat answering questions, helping out. being a helpful community member. And then we have some wonderful prize sponsors as well. Oh, and I'm also, if speaking of Autodesk, if you want to go to Autodesk University, it's free to get the digital pass. I'm doing a class talk called Exploring Maya's Workflows for Character Animation. And that's in like a week or so. So, you check that out. There you go. Is it allowed to animate in Blender? We're trying to encourage people to try animating in Maya. That's a big part of, having Autodesk as a sponsor for the challenge. It's super common to animate in Maya. So we're encouraging people to try animating in Maya. You can do anything else in Blender, in Maya. Considering that you can absolutely get the free trial and use it for that, it won't cost you anything to grab Maya and participate from this point. So you can still do the whole thing for free. So many videos to help you get started with Maya, settings and everything else that, try something new, try something different, mix softwares. I just got a YouTube comment like yesterday or today on one of the videos I did where I did something in Maya and Blender, and somebody was like, "Well, why are you doing it in multiple softwares? Why wouldn't you just do it in one of the two?" Is there something that Maya can do that Blender can't? Is there something that like Blender can't do that you'd use? Basically the person was like, "Why are you using multiple pieces of software?" And my answer is because it's fun, because it makes you more versatile as an artist. To have more knowledge of different tools makes you that much more desirable to companies and that much more, effective at realizing some creative vision you might have, because you can use the different tool sets that different applications provide. So I always recommend, learn some different things. Try some stuff. Where's the prizes? Let's leave the prizes up for a minute. Hey. Right there. Like that. I wanted to stop in and say hi. You're super cool and an inspiration. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks, Zeus. I appreciate it. I'm glad I can be helpful. Are you gonna participate in the challenge? Do it. Do it. Does anybody have any questions? Any things you want to talk about? Any things we can dive into? Oh my gosh, I'm seeing this disconnected reconnection thing happening. It's insane. Exploring the hills. Thank you for that. Was a good amount of. Oh, my stupid internet connection. Insane. All right. How do you plan before starting a shot? Good question. I think I've done a few videos on planning shots. I've done a few videos on planning a shot, but the thing that I do, actually, first thing let me do is let me show you, let me show you something on my channel really quick in case you haven't seen it. So on my channel, I have this video called I Created a VFX Robot Animation in Blender and Maya. And in this video, I made this robot. Let me get this. In this video, I show you my process of how I brainstorm a shot. These are the questions I ask myself. These are the two questions I start every shot with. What am I inspired by, and what do I have to work with? And I first go through and figure out, like, what are the assets I want to use? What am I inspired by? What's the vibe of what I want to make? Blah, blah, blah. And I start brainstorming. And then I start actually planning, which for me looks like a lot of video reference. And so I have a whole bunch of stuff I do to, like, try stuff with different props. And, I just explore possibilities and try things out. And then I edit the videos together and I see, how does this look? How does this feel? And I go from there. And so if you want to see my process for that, you should check out this video. It's a good one. But yeah, the main thing before starting a shot, planning-wise, is just to have a clear understanding of what you want to happen in the shot. Like, what do you want to have happen, and making sure the choices are good, that the choices are interesting, that they're fun to watch, things like that. Let's see. How to activate an old license? An old license to what? Usually an old license expires, right? Hi. Bogdan asks, what is the best way to transfer Mixamo skin and rig to advanced skeleton? Or am I frozen again? No, I'm not. Okay, good. What is the best way to transfer Mixamo skin and rig to advanced skeleton? I have some good controllers, not like human IK. I'm not sure. That's not a process I'm very familiar with. I don't really do that stuff. I never use Mixamo skins and rigs. Can I add a CCO character in the back? Feel free, yeah. Add anything you want. 100%. Hagen's got the answer right there too. Yeah, any assets you want to add, go for it. The only caveat I'd say is that basically just think about if I'd say you can use whatever you want. Well, since that asset is going to be bothered that you used it for the challenge, then like maybe that's the only thing to consider. I don't think anybody would. I'm just thinking like, no, I don't think it would matter. Yeah, like if you have access to like animation mentor characters or whatever, like that's up to you. Use what you want to use. You have access to use whatever you want to use. But I'm not gonna fault you for it. Add whatever you want. I'm buffering for everybody. Yeah, my internet connection's unstable lately. I don't know why. It's really frustrating. It's really stupid. I was really worried about this live stream for that reason, but I'm trying it out. About to learn Blender today, sculpting a donut. Very nice. Gotta learn somewhere. How do I get her to hold the guitar? I'll show you. Here. Let me reset this. If I open the assets, challenge files, here we go. So I'm going to open the template because I want to. I'm going to reference in hash for viewport. Is that the right one? I hope that's the right one. And then let's grab the guitar viewport. Meep. Let me get back to a perspective view. All right. Let me hide my cube. Something feels different about this file. I don't know what it is. I would have sworn I had the textures looking a little bit better than this. It's supposed to be a little bit brighter. I don't know why she seems like she's not very bright. Something I'm going to do really quick. Here's a fun little thing. If ever you're dealing with your textures, and like right now I'm not planning on rendering at the moment. And so what I'm going to do, just for fun, is, do I really want to do this? I mean, this is a little bit overkill. This is not super necessary, but like, nah, I take it back. I'm not going to do all that. I am just going to bump up the exposure. No, that looks stupid. I think I have a setting that's a little bit different right now. Where's my ambient light? Let's take my ambient light and just crank this up a bit. For the sake of the live stream. There we go. That's a little easier to see. Let's see. I will show you how to connect the hand and stuff in a second, but first, you would think so, right? Let me answer these questions quick. I'm wondering if they have any deaf-friendly for animation games. I'm just graduated last night, local job. I'm not sure I fully understand your question. Deaf-friendly for animation games. I don't know if you're talking about for jobs or like in gameplay or something. Like accessibility options? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Is the keytar mandatory? No. No, the keytar is not mandatory. It's just a prop there if you want it. You don't have to use the keytar. I hope you can ask closed. I think there are live closed captions to the video. Can somebody check? I'm pretty sure that there are closed captions available on this video. They're live transcriptions. I have those turned on. You should be able to have those. No? Not available? That sucks. Why? That's really annoying. Hmm. I'll need to figure that out for next time. I don't have the money to pay for Maya right now, but I want to keep improving my animation skills. What do you recommend? Daniel, I would say grab the free trial. There's a free trial of Maya. You can use the challenge. You can use for the challenge. Um, but if you don't have the money for Maya right now, if you qualify for an educational license, then it's just free across the board. But if you can't get it, and you're just trying to practice animation, I mean, there are a bunch of tools that you could absolutely practice in. You know, 2D animation, Unreal Engine, Blender, of course, has stuff. Um, you don't have to animate only in Maya. For this challenge, we're doing a Maya animation challenge. But, if you're trying to keep your skills warm, use whatever you can. Um, I wish there were a way to, I mean, yeah, I wish there were a way to have like a, forever learning version of, what am I trying to say? I miss the days where you could sign up for an educational license just because you were learning Maya. Now it's, I think, through accredited schools. If you still have that, grab it. But if you're not in an accredited school, I really wish that I could have, like, I'm learning animation from Sir Wade or whatever. And, like, I wish I was one of the options so that I could just tell people, use the educational license through me. But I'm not a school, so I can't do that. But yeah, in the meantime, just keep practicing through whatever you can. All right, so to show you how to connect this, you don't have to. Oh, this is that transparency thing somebody was talking about. Yeah, there's a fix for that, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just going to answer your question. Give me a second here. So let me take these. I take the whole strap and just go like that for now, so we don't have to look at it. So if I have this character holding the guitar, I'm just going to put it near their hand. And I'll show you a trick. Is available in an educational license for free, the commercial license, which I don't recommend for anybody who doesn't need it, and Maya Indie, which is what I have. Maya Indie is, I want to say, $290 a year, which is the same price, I think, as Houdini Indie, and similar-ish to Cinema 4D. Like, that's a pretty normal price. And so, if you do need to buy Maya, make sure you're looking at Maya Indie, which I have linked below, and not the commercial version, which is really expensive. Exploring the Hills, I see your question. I'm not there yet. Don't spam questions. All right. Let me show you guys a trick. If you are going to have your character hold something, what I will do is I'll just put the hand in like a rough approximation of a grab pose. I'm not going to spend too much time making this pretty. But if I take this and we say, all right, character is holding onto this, and I'll grab these little fingers here. We'll say, grab, grab, and grab. For the record, most people, actually, fun fact, most people can't do this. Most people, like, this is a bad hand pose for most people, because if you try to just move your fingertips, most people cannot. I can. So I can do this with my fingers. So this is not, like, a very common thing, apparently. So maybe don't I pose it because I'm like, oh, I can do that, but most people actually can't, and so you might get feedback on that. Anyways, my thing here, if you want to have your character hold on to the object, what you can do is you can do different things. You could use Animbot to fake a constraint, or you could actually do a physical. If I want to have this as the thing, I could say this. Which order is it? Is it by fingers, then object? Hold on, I don't even have Animbot loaded. Oh, I gotta refresh my license. You know what? I'll just show you the official way. The normal constraint way is this. You tell Maya, like, hey, I want to have one of the pieces of the hand tell the object where to go. In this case, I'm going to say this finger joint, just because I feel like it, I'm going to say constrain with a parent constraint. Settings are pretty default. Make sure the offset's on. Add the constraint. And somehow, did I get rid of the animation on this? I did. Whee! That's really all it is. So a constraint is pretty easy, in theory. You just say, this thing is in control of this thing, and then you go constrain, parent constraint, and you're done. Now, if you want to deactivate the constraint or make changes or have them trade hands or things like that, then yeah, you've got a little bit more work to do. The most important thing I can tell you is to pick control, whatever you're going to have the constraint attached to, like on the hand. The reason I chose this finger, a lot of people grab the wrist IK, or the wrist FK. A lot of people grab this. And that's not a wrong answer, but the problem with that is that if I switch the arms from FK to IK, I switch hand skeletons, then that control goes away. I don't end up using it, which is why I like to choose the finger controls, because the fingers are skeleton. So anyway, that's a quick way to do that. So I still have the ability to animate, you know, all the fingers and everything else. The only problem with this is that now I can't actually control this control that is constrained, because if I try to adjust it, it will just snap right back on. So normally, if you're trying to do this, you want to create like a locator setup or something to kind of create a scapegoat control for this. But at its base level, that's the idea behind really in depth, and I spend like 2 hours showing you everything you could need to know for constraints, but that's the base idea, to link these objects together. All right, back to questions. What's the difference between spline and polishing? Well, I have a whole class on that too, actually. The difference between splining and polishing, it's kind of a workflow thing, what spline means. So usually animation comes in different phases, where people often see it as blocking, splining, and polishing. That's not all that it is, but that's what's really common to know: block, spline, and polish. Blocking means roughing out the ideas. Splining in that context usually means adding in the detail and refining the motion, and then polishing is adding the little extra flair to make the animation pop. A more accurate stages of animation would be planning, blocking plus, splining, refining, and polishing. That's how I see it. But that is if you are working in stepped and then going into spline. That's where spline comes in. If you're not working in that workflow, then it looks a little bit different. But the main difference that you're asking for, to answer your question, is when you are splining your animation, you're making the motion actually look good, is adding little extra details that don't affect the mechanics of your shot. They affect how detailed and how, the animation, the fingers, the squish, the connection of the face, just making it, going beyond does it work, does it look right, and going into, but does it look amazing? I like these emojis. The video's freezing up. Unfortunately, my internet is unstable. This is so stupid. I'm sorry to everybody who's like having connection issues with me and the lag on my stream. It's not me. There's nothing I can do about it. It is something about my internet. For the last 2 months, my internet has just been dropping in and out every like 20 seconds. And it drops out for just a moment, but it's enough to make everything kind of lag and bug. There it is. See, it just happened right now. It literally happened for like half a second. It disconnects and then reconnects. It's really annoying. If you experience it, refresh. I don't know how to. It just happened again. I'm gonna have to move. Legitimately, if this keeps happening, I'm gonna have to move. I'm on Ethernet. I'm hardlined in. The more you talk, the more it happens. Ugh. They're trying to silence me. They're trying to keep the animation from the tips from getting out. Unfortunately, it's not even a bandwidth thing. To address the internet thing, it's not my bandwidth. I'm not streaming at some crazy number. I've done so many live streams from this office space. All my settings are the same. It's not a bandwidth thing. It's not a like I can be like playing Spotify or playing, whatever, and it just stops. It's just super inconsistent. I legitimately, if this I can't talk. If this keeps happening, I'm going to move. Actually, it's so stupid. But yeah, I'm hardlined into the Ethernet and everything. Anyway, it's so stupid. I'm now watching a little section on my screen where it tells me if I'm connected, and I just keep seeing it drop out. Yes, if you want my education, you need to be actively in a program or have access to the email. I think if you have access to the email, you might. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how the authentication process works, but yeah. Ugh, crazy. Um, let's see. I saw that there was a question, but I lost the question. Where'd the question go? Um, gone. Disappeared. I don't know where it went. Can you check on other devices? Do they all drop out? Yes, they do. They do drop out on other devices. I was doing meetings on a laptop over here, and it kept dropping out. The hardline connection on the Ethernet here, my whole internet keeps dropping out. So yeah. Anyways, for anybody here, is there anybody here who is participating in the challenge? How many people are doing it? Hopefully some people are gonna participate. I actually wanted to show you something kind of fun. This character's face, I actually hired somebody. So Autodesk made this character, and when I got it, the face wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, and so I actually hired somebody to add an additional, to basically redo the face and add a new rig to the face, and he did a wonderful job. And I wanted to show you a few things about the face that I really like that have now been added. Obviously, you have your eyes, IK thing. That's like a thing here. And you also have the offsets kind of in the middle. So if you need to control each eye individually, you can. Now it's like that scene from Mission Impossible 3. Actually, that's not true. One of the eyes always goes off this way. Mission Impossible 3. But we've got this little control out in front, which is like a squash and stretch for the face, which is kind of fun in case you didn't know about it. You can obviously push it a little too far. Got some of that. Oh my god, you can't see my screen. I am so sorry. Here you go. Let me start that over. Here you have the IK eyes. Thank you for telling me. This is what I was talking about. I was like, oh, we can make it like Mission Impossible with these little eye offsets in the middle. This is like Mission Impossible 3. And then I was going to show you this little controller on the mouth here. This is a squash and stretch control. And if you push it too far, it should work. And then what else do I want to show you? Okay, let me show you the cool stuff. So, you've got the mouth corners. You've got each corner of the mouth that you can express with, obviously. You've got upper lip controls, things like that. And there's things like roll, to roll the lip. You've got things like a bulge. Whoa, you can push it a little too far and break the rig again. But if you use it in small amounts, you can use it to make the top lip a little bit thinner or to bulge it a little bit, which can be useful for very specific poses, things like that. This little square, this is actually really important. This is the thing I want to show you. Everybody notice this. If you look at the mouth, there is a little square control right in the middle. and it's a controller for all the it's for the lips. It allows you to move the entire lips around, but I wouldn't recommend you really do a whole lot with that. Just notice that the eyes have a that's okay. Um, the mouth has a hidden control over here on the right side of the screen called zip, which is a really nice control to have. So if you were doing certain mouth shapes, for example, I can grab the jaw control, this yellow one. I can open the jaw. And if I'm trying to give kind of like a happy, like a happy tilt of a mouth, like this, sometimes you get this kind of roundness around the corners of the mouth that I'm not always a huge fan of. So if you grab this square thing, the square controller right in the middle of the lips, and use the zipper controls, you can actually start to zip like a zipper, which can be really helpful for like ooh shapes of like ooh of the mouth. If I do it just a little bit, you can see that it adds this roundness around the edges of the mouth. It turns the lips into more of this like the pointy corners. I really like zipper controls for this reason. And so yeah, if you were trying to get like a ooh shape, you could use that like that, and then you could push and adjust posing from there. So for example, if I take this, so you could take controls like this, and you could further shape stuff, obviously. And then if the teeth are in your way, you can push the teeth out of the way. I'll do that a lot. Move the teeth. You can take the tongue. You can move the tongue out of the way if the tongue is getting a shape that you don't like. See, but you can get a shape using that zip control that if I hadn't been using that, it'd look like this. So if you want to zip the lips, you can do that, which is a really nice organic way to get certain poses. And it's really useful during lip sync. So it takes that round edge and pinches it. So I just wanted to show you that because that's a really handy little control that's hidden in that little square. So check that out. Lord Luigi, you have a course on for rigs to have. Another tip for facial animation is if you're animating the face, turn on the mesh view. This rig has a little bit more geometry in the face than you might expect, and topology stuff that the rigger had to work around a little bit. But what you're able to do with this is you can see what's being moved by certain controls. Excuse me. You can see what is happening with certain controls, which will be very helpful as you're doing facial animation to see where you might need to add some extra work. So if you're moving, a control around, and you realize that this mouth control is not doing anything right here under the eyes. So maybe you'd want to use this control to kind of fix that. But then that's not affecting the cheek, which is here. You can use that a little bit to adjust this thing. And so it just shows you kind of different parts of the face and how they're being affected by these different controllers. So you can make some decisions on how you want to animate. And then the brows, I wanted to show the brows as well. The brows have these big squares, and that's how you can adjust the brow as a whole. See? You can do the whole brow. And then you've got individual controls for different parts of the brow. Then you got the little squares inside, which help kind of do refined control for the flesh underneath the brows. You also have these arrows, kind of a squint. There's actually like a squint control built in to open and close the mask of the face a little bit. If you want a quicker way to sort of expand the eyes open or close them a bit, you can use this squint control to kind of help shape that a bit. And you can physically translate these corners or these brows to help get some tension in the face and things like that. So I would recommend playing with that. Translate some stuff around. But anyways, I just want to say there's also some hair controls That'll just move those things around. Different things like that. So cool stuff. But let me turn Discord down. There we go. But yeah, that's some of the stuff on the face. And if you wow. Wow, I was frozen for a long time. The challenge is not US only. The challenge is worldwide. Feel free to participate no matter where you are. Absolutely participate wherever you are. Man, this is really annoying how this... I might have to end the stream early because of the internet. The last thing I'll show you, and this is a little bit off topic, but I want to show you this. There is a tool called Embergen that you can also download for a 30-day free trial. And then after the 30 days, you can still use it. You just can't export stuff. But I'd like to recommend it for some prizes to give away for people who are using effects. So check this out. This tool called Embergen. It's actually pretty straightforward, but it looks really awesome. It is it's a real-time simulation tool. So if I take this little if I take this torus, I can move it around. Oops. I can move it around. Name a color, any color. Somebody name a color. Color. Someone name a color. Purple. And let's make the smoke blue. I also see green, which makes me think Harry Potter. So I'll show you the green too. Let me do a darker color for the smoke, actually. Darker green, maybe. There you go. Very Halloween. Anyways, it's really cool because you can basically just have, all kinds of cool effects that you just figure out. You can turn on things on and off. So you can see this is very, very smooth fire. And this noise, you can turn each node on and off to see what they do. But this is the default project. Can you make black fire? Let's find out. I don't know. Can we make black fire? I've never tried. Not sure what that's going to look like. Looks like steam. I'm not sure. I feel like to make black fire, we need to make like white fire. No, that doesn't quite work. I don't know. I don't know how you would make black fire. I mean, I can do it. And in fact, I can turn the smoke off. Let's see, if I turn the smoke off, I keep the flames going. Let me see. Let me figure this out. Black body. Flame density. I don't know. I don't know how you would do that. I'm sure there's a way how you would do it. Let me try one more thing. I feel like there's some... I don't know. I don't know. That's okay. Anyways, this is a software called Embergen. It's one of our sponsors for the challenge, and it's a free 30-day trial if you want to participate. it's free 30-day trial for their software, and they're giving away 4 licenses in the prizes. So different. If you want this software, you can like. This is actually I'm in the trial right now. I haven't even activated my license. I'm currently in the trial version, and my trial has expired. You can see trial has expired. I can still play with it. You can still have fun. But anyways, yeah, this is super cool. If you want to win this software, you can play with it for free, just as I'm doing now. If you win the animation challenge, any of the top 3 prizes, they all come with this, but they're also giving away one. I asked them specifically if they'd give away 1 license of this to whoever wins best effects. So if you want to win this, just make something cool in this software in the free trial and have that included in your submission. Because even if you don't win on the animation, you can still win the best effects and you can still win the software. So you should totally do it. Look, it has like the lighting, all the different things you can do, intensity of the lights. Anyways, and there's all kinds of cool presets and stuff you can play around with. I don't have any of those right now that I'm going to dig into, but very, very cool. And you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Let me show you this. If I create, I don't know, let's do a shape. I'll make a primitive. We'll make it a sphere. And we'll make this into a collider. And then I'll put the collider into the network. Now I can take this sphere. Oh, here we go. You can go like this. Oh, how do I do it? Actually, let's make this a cube box. It actually interacts. It's actually colliding with the object. It's got wind and stuff, so I can just like move it like this and go whoosh, 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 whoosh. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of a bounding box happening. But that's a setting we can change. That's just one of the volume settings somewhere around here. Here's the scene. I forget exactly where it lives. But yeah, anyway. Oh, here it is. Simulation size. If I make this twice as big. Oh, I think I just added detail. I actually don't think I did what I meant to do. Or did I? Oh, no, I made it bigger. Yeah. Check that out. Whoosh. Oof. Anyway, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. That's what I'm trying to show. If I spin it, I can create wind. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, but that's the, there's that. So you can play with this. I'm curious about the animation challenge. Is it related to game animation or film animation or something else? Is it limited to 11 to 15 seconds of animation? Sorry, I'm still deaf. Oh, you don't have to apologize for that. Let's see. Should I type my answer? I apologize that that's an insensitive question. I just don't know how to best help here. Here, let me show you this. Yeah, 5 to 15 seconds. The challenge is 5 to 15 seconds, 24 frames per second. You can use game or film. Both are okay. I will tag you. There you go. This software is called Embergen, for those who are asking, and it is one of our prize sponsors. So that is down here. Jenga Effects. they're doing a right here. Right there. Makers of Embergen Jenga effects is providing 4 perpetual license to their tools. The top 3 and the best effects will win Embergen licenses. Push, push, push. So, yeah, should do it. I'm new to this community, and this is my first animation challenge. Thank you for putting it together. Hey, awesome. I'm super glad that there's some people actually participating in the challenges. Thank you to everybody who is participating. That's super exciting. Whoosh. Whoosh. I don't know. I don't know how to tell. Whoosh. Actually, it looks like it is. You can kind of see there's a curvature to it. I think it might be doing the vortex thing. It seems like it is. Hard to tell. Anyway. Yeah. So, go ahead and close this. And yeah, just wanted to show this. Well, I'm getting very frustrated with the whole internet situation. Does anybody else have any other questions? Because I might end this stream a little earlier than expected just because of the internet situation. Then I might move. I might actually move. Because I can't live stream with this problem. I guess I'll just go through this one more time for anybody who wasn't here. As a reminder, the animation challenge I'm doing for this fall has a template file for you to download that shows you kind of the overall motion to use. There's rigs to download. There's free trials you can use. You can do the whole thing for free. There's lots of prizes to win for a bunch of different people. I wanted as many prizes as possible for different winners, not just one big grand prize. Everyone wins one thing or one. You've got 2 weeks to make something, which is more than enough time to make something. It's only a 5-second minimum, so you can make anything you want. 5 seconds is the minimum. 15 seconds is the hard limit. Keep it simple. Keep it fun. And get your work in front of some really cool judges. We've got some amazing people, some great animators. Check out your work. And there's a whole Discord community for assistance on various questions you might have. And then there's some FAQs. We've got some great sponsors, lots of cool prizes, all that stuff. You can read all about all these other things. But these links are all down below. Do you have to be in school to get a free educational version? Or what if you're a postgrad? I think you need to be in school. I don't know if it's just about having access to the email or if you need to like verify it with something. I say try it. There's no way. I mean, there's no way for me to know unless someone tells me. So I say just give it a shot, see what happens. If not, use the free trial. I might need to call up the ISP. I'm in like an office building, so I'm not in control of any of that. I'll have to see if it's been a building-wide issue or if it's just me. Excited. It was great seeing you at Lightbox. Excited to participate in the challenge. It was so great to meet you. Lightbox was a blast. I'm super glad to have gone to Lightbox and just kind of hang out with everybody and say hi. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you make. You might have mentioned it earlier. I'm late. Are the rigs available for Blender? The rigs are available as Maya rigs because Autodesk made them, and so they're made for Maya. So I'm encouraging everybody to try animating in Maya. If you've never done it before, now's a great time to try it. And again, you can use the free trial of Maya, so you can do it for free. Like, you don't have to worry about, I know everyone's usually concerned because Blender's free and Maya is typically not, which makes sense. But for this challenge, there's only 2 weeks of the challenge to worry about it, which is enough time to use the free trial of Maya and not need to worry too much about it. So yeah, I'd say try it in Maya, but use Blender for like all the other stuff in your shot to plus it and make it more fun to watch. And you don't have to use only Maya. Use Blender too. Use whatever tools you want. In my experience, the school version has you log into your school's campus website before continuing. Oh, weird. Well, bizarre. How much time have you spent trying to animate in Blender, if any, and what did you think? I like it. Yeah, I animate in Blender sometimes. I typically do most of my character animation not in Blender, but I use Blender all the time for a ton of different stuff. I'm a big fan. It's a great tool. And I'm working on some courses for animating in various applications like Unreal and Blender and things like that. Did you go to Lightbox this year? I think I saw you. Yeah, I was there. You probably did see me. I was just wandering around the whole time, hanging out. Yeah. Well, if there's no other questions, I think I might wrap this up. Just a reminder for everybody, the links are down below. Check out this video, the most recent video on my channel, if you want like a rundown of the challenge in detail. All the downloads are here. All the prizes are written out. And remember that, like, literally, this 3090, it's yours. It's somebody. Somebody here is getting this. I've got a 3090, 3080, and 3070 with your name on it from NVIDIA Studio. We've got a Wacom 13 display tablet, Wacom 113 display tablet from Wacom for Education. We've got licenses to Embergen. We've got Animbot licenses. We've got all kinds of cool stuff. And all the winners will be announced. All the results and all that kind of stuff will be announced within a week after the challenge is over. The challenge ends November 15th. So middle of November. And I think we'll probably do all the week. So you'll know within a week after the challenge is over. And again, there's lots of different prizes and a bunch of different winners. And I haven't even announced what all the prizes are. Just so everybody can focus on animating and just know that there's lots of cool stuff. So have fun with it. Make something cool. Use the Discord community to get your questions answered. There's a bunch of people having questions about the rigs and different things, and so Discord's the best place where everyone's helping each other. So, yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. How are you to submit or notify you? It is all on the page. Everything you need to know is on the page, including the submission. There's a link for it here. It's all on the page linked below. So if you want to participate in the challenge, follow that, jump in, make something cool. With that, have a great rest of your week, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. And yeah, reconnection successful. Insanity. All right, it's back again. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking it out. I'm going to go before it disconnects again. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the challenge. Good luck.